Some women walk into a room and without saying a word, they draw attention. Not because they're the most beautiful, but because there is something about them. A warmth, a stillness, a presence. And this, my dear viewer, is called charisma. Some of you have asked me to do a video about what charisma actually is. And I decided that today is the day where I will teach you what charisma is and how you can develop it. Because no matter if you are average or shy, you can learn charisma. You can learn to become more magnetic, and it is also backed up in science. So let's start. Hello my dear viewers, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I warmly welcome you, and if you are one of my viewers for a long time already, welcome back, and I'm sending you a hug. So first I want to start with a definition, because this is also what I have been asked. What is charisma really? Because the term is known and most of us also have some kind of picture of what charisma is, or people. Think of people, celebrities, persons in our lives that we regard as charismatic, but why is that so? And what do they have in common? And what can we learn from them? So, first of all, charisma is defined as a blend of three qualities: presence, warmth, and power. According to the book The Charisma Myth by Olivia Fox-Cabane, charisma is actually not innate, as many might think, but it is a skill, something that you can learn and practice. Professor Ronald Radio, a leading researcher, described charisma as an emotional and social skill set involving emotional expressiveness, sensitivity, and control. So, charisma is not loudness, as some might think. It is not sex appeal, as many others might think. And it is not about being outgoing. It is about how you make others feel calm, respected, and inspired, just by how you show up. So let's look at how you can become more charismatic by explaining what makes a woman magnetic and charismatic. Beyond beauty, of course, because of course beauty is an important aspect, but here it is about charisma. And beauty is definitely not the thing that will make you charismatic, because otherwise all beautiful women would be charismatic, and this is not the case. On the contrary, many of the most charismatic women are not considered super beautiful. Just think about Cleopatra or Mata Hari. I mean, we don't know for sure how Cleopatra looked like, but we have some busts of her, texts that describe her, and she was definitely not the beauty standard or the classic beauty of that time. The magnetism of these women was in their behavior, in their posture, in their attention to others, and also in their quiet confidence. So now let's look at what they have in common. Number one, full presence. Charismatic women give full attention. They don't interrupt, they don't fidget. Their stillness makes people feel valued. And I can assure you that giving someone full attention is very attractive, and it is very magnetic, because people love that. They love to be given attention, and they love to feel acknowledged. And by a simple thing such as giving your full presence and your attention when you enter a room, when you meet someone, this will already give you a lot of charisma. Let's look at another point: the graceful confidence. Charismatic women move rather slowly, and they speak rather intentionally. They also don't over-explain or seek approval. This graceful confidence, that of course you can or have to develop if you don't have it, is something very attractive and magnetic too. Because when you have this graceful confidence, you're not rushed to speak fast. Your voice is different. Your intonation is different. You exude a self-assuredness that is, on a very healthy level, very attractive. And this calmness that you are living and expressing, this also transfers to the other people, and they feel it and they feel comfortable in your presence because of this calmness that you exude. Number 3, warmth and boundaries. Now those are two things that are important. Warmth, as also described as one of the key aspects of charisma, is a way of being empathetic and sympathetic and very warm. Those people, they are very kind, but at the same time they have boundaries. That means that they are not overly available, and that's the key. It does not mean to be a people pleaser. Charismatic people are never people pleasers, but still they are very warm, kind, but at the same time they respect themselves. And this self-respect of having boundaries, not being available all the time, smiling when it is sincere, not to be fake or to pretend, that self-respect is deeply magnetic. And number 4, something related to that, a deep sense of self-worth. So this goes even deeper than confidence, but it is strongly linked to that. But it is about honoring yourself. So the women who are very charismatic often honor themselves in different ways. They care about their posture, their tone, how they dress, their energy. They simply show self-respect. And self-respect is deeply magnetic. So now that we know those things, I elaborated some ways for you on how you can develop charisma in a very practical way. So if you want to develop charisma, there are 5 ways, and all of them are supported by psychology and science, because I have made my research. So of course I won't tell you something that doesn't really work or is not backed up by human psychology and behavior. The first thing that you can do is maintain high presence. What does that mean? So how to practically maintain this kind of presence, that is a key aspect of charisma, is by doing the following. Slow down, breathe, and hold eye contact. You can think of those 3 things, right? You can remember them. Those 3 things will make you more present, and they will make the people feel safe and seen. Practical tip number 2, refine your voice. In order to have a calmer voice and a very comfortable way of speaking that will make people feel drawn to you, I would advise you, and also science advises you, to lower your tone slightly and also to speak more slowly and softly with warmth. So this will put a little warmth in your voice also. Research shows that a calm and clear voice increases the perception of confidence. And I have made a video about how to have a softer voice, and there are also some techniques in that video, so I will link it down below for you to watch later. I've also made another video about voice, but that's more related to the way that Marilyn Monroe speaks in her movies. So if you're interested in that, I will also link it. So that with regard to the voice. Now we come to the practical tip number 3. Use micro expressions of warmth. What's that? So as warmth is another aspect of charisma, we want to transfer it. So how can you exude that? A soft smile, relaxed shoulders, an open posture. I have talked about that in many videos. Those tiny signals show empathy without needing words. So that's about body language. And there is of course a lot more to say, because this is a very large and very interesting topic. But for this video, just remember those 3 things: a warm smile, relaxed shoulders, and openness, an open body language. That means nothing that will kind of make you small or build barriers with your body. Practical tip number 4, elevate your daily rituals. Now we're coming to the aspect of self-worth and self-respect. Light a candle while you're working or relaxing. Wear a nice perfume that will make you feel very exclusive and elevate your energy. Choose elegance in your routine, because the way you treat yourself will also build this part of the inner glow. And that's important when you want to exude charisma. And point number 5, set feminine boundaries. Say no with kindness and speak up with softness. Charismatic women are never desperate for attention, and that's why they receive it. So now let's look at some feminine icons that were regarded or are regarded as very charismatic. I have already mentioned Cleopatra and Matisse, 2 feminine icons that I have also made videos about. I will link them down below. But we will now look at some other feminine icons. I have 5 more examples, and all of them were not really considered, at least at their time, as conventionally beautiful. Yet they remain unforgettable. Number 1, Coco Chanel. Coco Chanel was not a traditional beauty, but she is legendary. Her strength, simplicity, originality, and also quiet power. Another feminine icon that I have also made a video about is Audrey Hepburn. Now you could say Audrey was so beautiful, but at her time, she was actually not a beauty standard. She was regarded too thin, too different, but still she became one of the most adored women in the world. Her grace and kindness and poise made her radiant. So you see, those are again aspects that are, according to science, aspects of a charismatic person. Example number 3, Princess Diana. Although she was not glamorous at first and also a very shy person, but still she was deeply charismatic. Her empathy, vulnerability and elegance simply created global admiration. Next example, Frida Kahlo. Frida was bold, non-conforming, and she was also physically limited, yet very magnetic. Her charisma was rooted in authenticity, artistry, and also unapologetic self-expression. The last example, Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep was told that she was too plain for a film, and still she became one of the most powerful actresses of her generation through intelligence and quiet strength. And maybe you have or know someone in your life who is charismatic, be it a woman or a man. Let me know down below in the comments, because I would be very interested. But to summarize this, you should remember that if you have ever looked into the mirror and thought that you are not beautiful enough to be admired, loved, or respected, I want you to remember that elegance is a choice, presence is a skill, and charisma is a language, one that anyone can learn. You don't need to be perfect, you just have to be intentional. Women usually become radiant when they stop trying to be someone else, when they stop looking like someone else, and when they start showing up as their most radiant, refined, and centered self. Thank you for watching, and I see you in my next video. And subscribe if you are not yet subscribed. Bye bye!